to be able to fulfill divine purpose. So God brought you over there and he put you in this space. Now, this space is only for a time, but it behooves you not to look back. You don't need to look back. Why would you look back to the time of slavery as the Israelites did? Why would you think it was more profitable for you when they were torturing you and beating you and abusing you? And so because of the desire and the lust of your flesh, you want to go backwards. But this is not that time to be crying and pulling on God like that. Nah, this is that time to be consecrated and dedicated. This is that time for you to be anointed, knowing that Jehovah has chosen you. Many are called, but few are chosen. God has chosen you for this great work. God has chosen you to be able to worship him. God has chosen you to be able to be his intercessor. God has chosen you to be his songstress. God has chosen you to be his musician. God has chosen you to be his usher. God has chosen you to be his deacon. God has chosen you under the Osiah to be his trustee. God has chosen you to be his pastor. God has chosen you to be the elder and the minister. God has chosen you to be the bishop. God has chosen you to be his apostle. God has chosen you. So now it's important that you don't make another move, that you don't open up your mouth and make another statement. Don't do anything else without being consecrated. And that word consecration deals with your dedication or devotion or devout unto Jehovah. When you become consecrated, you travel from glory to glory. You go from realm to realm in him. And that's the consecration and the dedication deals with your intercession. You find yourself on your knees and laying on your face. Why? Because you can't be consecrated and anointed without speaking to Jehovah. I'm not talking about for 5 minutes or 10 minutes until he tells you to get up. There'll be times that you won't be able to move. There'll be times that you'll be just stuck in position under the ready position. Times that you shall under the you feel like you left it under the there'll be times that you weep day and night. There'll be times under the that you'll get up and God will tell you to call somebody and deliver under the what your consecration did under the there'll be times that you'll go lay hands on the sick and the sick shall recover. There'll be times under the that you'll release signs and wonders. Miracles will be wrought. And there'll be times that the greater works behold, I got to go for the Comforter must come and greater works shall ye do. When the Comforter comes, there'll be those times that you'll speak to the dignitaries, you'll speak to the high officials under the the former people, and speak what thus saith the Lord under the this is that time. There'll be times when you look through the eyes of Jehovah under the and you see things not as they are but what they will be. Looking through the eyes of the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. I can move this mountain. There'll be times I grabbed a hold, not just one mustard seed, but I turned into a jar of it under the I feel like that plant, and I can move mountains. There'll be times when there's drought, you can speak to the clouds and rain will come. There'll be times will the storm will hold itself back because of the lift up of that anointed consecrated head. Signs and wonders will happen. We got to understand that you do not need to do one other thing without being consecrated. In the book of Job, almost done, chapter 15, I'm talking to you tonight don't do anything else without being consecrated. In Joel chapter 2, starting at verse 15, blow the shofar in Tizan and proclaim a holy fast. Call for a solemn assembly. Gather the people, consecrate the congregation. Assemble the elders, gather the children, even the infants, sucking at the breast. Let the bridegroom leave his room, and the bride in the bridal chamber. Let the priests who serve Adonai stand weeping between the vestibule and the altar. Let them say, spare your people, Adonai. Don't expose your heritage to the mockery, or make them a byword among the goings. Why should the people say, where is their God? Then Adonai will become jealous for his land and have pity on his people. Here is how Adonai will answer his people. I will send you grain, wine, and olive oil, even enough to satisfy you. And no longer will I make you a mockery among the goings. Oshapah. That's what I'm talking about. When you become consecrated, Oshapah, things will happen. Things will change. When you get anointed, consecrated, and dedicated, you can cry out and weep between the vestibule and the altar. You can lay prostrate and ask for God's grace and mercy. We're living in a time where there's so much going on. Terrorist attacks, riots are breaking out all across the world. People are dissatisfied. Confusion has run rampant in the land. But God said, call a solemn assembly, blow the shofar in Zion, assemble the people, and that they would be consecrated, dedicated, devoted unto the things of Jehovah, his mitzvahs, his laws, the beliefs and the system and the things of God, his kingdom come, that his will would be done, that this stuff, would not hit the righteous. I'm talking about, saving God's people, from the terrorist attacks. I'm talking about saving God's people, from the rampants and the murders, saving God's people from the anger that is moving across the land, saving God's people from torpedoes and AK-42s and 9mm and Glocks, the anger that is going on in the communities, and it has reached the cities and the neighborhoods, that has taken over states. See that? I'm speaking about being consecrated. I'm talking to you. Well, say, I understand what you're saying, Zari, but I'm telling you right now, the reason why you ain't got no results, you want to know, you got the nerve, to want to ask questions. Well, you, you the apostle, you the pastor, you the bishop, you already should have the answer. What is the answer, if my people, which are called by name of would seek my face, and turn, turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear them in heaven, I'll forgive their sins, and I'll heal their land, Is there any anybody, that wants to give themselves, unto consecration, behold, oh, bless his name. Present your bodies, a living sacrifice, which is holy and acceptable unto God, which is, your educated decision, your rational decision, your reasonable service. I'm telling you right now, this is not the time, to be moving out in your own power. You'll get murdered out there. There's stray bullets falling all over the place. Somebody went out this week or last week and they forgot to pray. They forgot to anoint themselves. Lord, help me. And what happened? They happened to be in a line of fire. And and they got hit under the Now what am I saying? I'm just telling you, this is that time, that the Lord says, you need to be consecrated. You need to be anointed. You need to be dedicated. I want your clothes to be anointed and consecrated. I want your hands to be anointed and consecrated. I want your lips to be anointed and consecrated. Anoint me, Lord. Open up your mouth and say it. Anoint me, consecrate me, Lord. I want to do your will. I want to be effective. I want to see change. When I speak, I want to see the demonstration and display of thy glory and thy power in this hour. I need to see another manifestation of your power. The victory for this hour under the it dwells within thine anointing and thy consecration. You got to do it today. There's no other way. There's no other way around it. We are the people of Adonai. And we must, at this time, let everything in our homes, everything about us, must be consecrated unto the Lord. It must be. It must be. You can't even cook and serve it without being consecrated. The pots, the pans, the dishes, your hands, it must be consecrated. How can you serve God's servant without consecrating and praying over everything? We're living in that time. There's so many chemicals and all kind of fertilization put in our food. And we're losing track of everything. We're so distracted because of social media and technology. And so we're just on the go. And then we got 1,000 plus 10,000 times 100,000 preachers preaching prosperity. And all this disparity that is going on in the land. And God is saying today, son, tell them, don't you do anything else without being consecrated. In Zechariah chapter 14, almost done, starting at verse 20. When that day comes, this will be written on the bells worn by the horses, consecrated to Adonai, and the cooking pots in the house of Adonai will be as holy, and the sprinkling bowls before the altar. Yes, every cooking pot in Jerusalem and Judah will be consecrated to Adonai. Everyone who offers sacrifices will come, take them and use them to stew the meat. When that day comes, there will no longer be merchants in the house of Adonai. Praise the name of Jehovah. Jehovah is changing, y'all. It's a shift. He's changing the atmosphere. There's a shift in the realm. There's a shift going on in the globe where you see all this havoc and confusion. Even over in America, they're doing there's so much confusion with these elections, and you can see how everything across the globe in all kinds of countries, everything that was going on in Turkey and the things that were going over there in France, and you can go on and on and on and on. And this is why everything that pertains to us must be consecrated. We must go back and seek Jehovah for the